All right, it's Wednesday, March 1, 2023, and I'm leaving my apartment. And you know what? I haven't done a neighborhood walk or a look-see in a while, so I'm back in the land of sickle and hammer, and there's the flag to prove it. Ho Chi Minh, and I'm on Phung Cát Quan, my road. And I decided to kind of go for a little stroll. You know, right across the street is a place called Beauty Med, and they do cosmetic work, and they do a fine business. I see people going in and out of there on the weekends quite a bit, and throughout the late afternoon and evening when I get home from the factory. And so they've got quite an enterprising business, owned by an American, is my understanding, and dermatology work, cosmetic beauty work for those that are so inclined. Some of us are well beyond that state, so I have no use for it, but you know what, others do, and good for them. At either rate, this is what traffic looks like at rush hour right in front of my place, and I always get a kick. Here's my neighbor coffee shop. I buy it from Miss Leong over here in the morning. I'm pretty loyal. She does a good job, and every once in a while I got to have my coffee. But this place is pretty good too. It's called Eck, E-C-K. How they come up with the names is beyond me. This is a bar over there. This used to be the South African consulate, and the funny thing about that is it was in the back of a bar. This building is relatively new. It used to be a small building, and it was a bar, and in the back of it was the South African consulate, so that's how that went down. Small little office area. Anyway, this intersection here is on Phung Cát Quan and Tran Khao Van, and I always get a kick out of this intersection because it's the epitome of speed kills. Because I've never seen one accident here. And I hope I don't jinx it, but I got to tell you, this is by far, bar none, comical to sit and watch. I sit up in my balcony right up there, and I'll sit out there sometimes with a beverage, and I'm amazed as to what goes on right here. But at any rate, here's how it goes down. The French consulate is down there, right around the corner, and the Cuban consulate is all the way down this side. In between, we got Cambodia, Kuwait, Indonesia consulates. So this is the point of that is this is a pretty safe little nook and cranny where I live. Nobody bothers anybody. There's police everywhere. Sorry for the finger. The bad thing about the Samsung phones, point of reference to Samsung, is move the camera lens over a little bit. Us left-handers have problems with that. Anyway, I mean, look at this. So it's I have a real. This is how it goes down too. They just kind of hang out on their bikes, waiting for the food orders. At either rate, I have a good time here. I like Ho Chi Minh. I just got back from meetings at VSIP, and you know what, I don't think I'd want to retire here. It's not necessarily for me, but I have an appreciation for the place. What I don't appreciate is the sidewalks, because they're a mess, and you've got to really watch yourself when you're walking, or you can break 2 bones in your left shoulder, which is exactly what I did. I cracked them, I didn't break it. And they've thankfully healed, but thought I tore my rotator cup, and I probably still do have a slight tear, but it's not that it's healed, the inflammation went down, and so I'm not as bothered by it as I was. At either rate, these little guard shacks up here in front of areas of importance like embassies, consulates, people that are important in Vietnam, and they've got machine guns in there. I forget what they're called. MP5s is what they are, from Uzbekistan. That's what they are. And so, these guys are there all night. I used to bring a guy coffee years ago. He's moved on. He was a guard, and God knows where he's at now. But yeah, you know what? It's a pleasant existence. I don't have too many complaints other than I miss my wife Michelle terribly, and we'll save that for another day. What's interesting is everybody thinks they can do it better than the last guy. So this place right here was a coffee shop, went out of business, and it became a furniture shop. Now it's another coffee shop. So I suspect their days will probably be limited, because there really isn't any foot traffic by there, number one. And number two, there's not a lot of space for motorbikes. And number three, there's 50,000 coffee shops, throughout Ho Chi Minh. I'm embellishing, but there's a lot of coffee shops. There's the Kuwait consulate right here, and there's the compulsory guard. And you've got, all manner of bars and restaurants, and shops, along here, coffee places. There's a pizza place, Pizza Buy, down the way that I frequent on occasion. I've been into this delivery, Grab and Food Panda and all that, but I'm trying to cut back. Okay, we got shift change going on here of the guards. So there's the shift change. We'll just get away from them. They're doing their job. Here's the Kuwaiti consulate. So, they're doing their thing with all the security known to man. The American consulate's down the way from me. It's only about maybe a 10-minute walk, if that. So I've gone there to get my visa and passport. Actually, passport, not visa. I have no idea what's going on there. This is a nice little area. I have a suspicion that it's connected to the consulate, but I've always been attracted to this apartment building or condo building, and I like this place a lot. It's really, really nice. That's beautiful. You live here? Nice.
Yes.
Very nice. Beautiful. Yeah, I love that apartment there, or condominium or whatever it is. At either rate, people here are really nice. They really are. It's amazing in the world when you smile, the world smiles back. And I'm not playing favorites here, but in Asia, from Taiwan to Hong Kong to Thailand to Cambodia to Vietnam, Philippines, all the places I've been, and I actually have worked there, so I've gotten to know the people, the culture a little bit. Like I say, you wave, people wave back, and you say hello, and they say hello back, and the language barrier doesn't exist when you smile and wave. And that's something that I've learned, because they're just as suspicious of you as perhaps you are of them, because you're a foreigner in a foreign country, and you're a visitor. And so what breaks the ice is a simple smile or a wave or an exchange of pleasantry in the local language. If you can learn 5 words, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, thank you, goodbye, things like that, it really do pay dividends. This sushi place over here I really used to like a lot. My favorite one was Sakai, right down the road to the right here, but they're gone. And this sushi place, Sushi World, my problem with that place is they ran out of tuna. And every time I went there, they never had tuna and they never had salmon. And I got to stay away from rice. So I have to, I could get sashimi, but you know what? I've just kind of cut back on that kind of stuff. I worry about, worms and just the health side effects of eating raw fish. So I kind of skipped it. I've been on this blueberry and blueberry and yogurt, and some chia seeds and kefir. And my wife got me on that stuff. And you know what? I've lost a little bit of weight, which is, really good. I got a lot more weight to go. because I'm fat. You know, I'm not obese, but I'm rotund. I got to get down. I'm down to probably 210. Was it 225? And that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you stroll around at 5'11", you start to look like an egg with legs. So I looked at myself and I said, you know what, Stevie, you can do better than this. You're 63. If you want to make it to 64, 65, it's time to change your ways, son. So that's what I've been trying to do. And one of the things I've been trying to do is stay away from bread and whatnot, things, you know, a lot of carbs. And this is my weakness right across the street here. This little bread shop right there is one of the most fantastic bread shops I've ever been in. They make fantastic croissants. You know, they've got the banana bread going, the buns, you know, freshly baked. It seems like every time I went in there, they got freshly baked goods. There's the boys right there. This is a Kong police station, and you don't want to mess with these guys. They get kind of ornery. So we'll just let them be. My sushi place used to be right over there where that, what's that called? Ba Da. I can't pronounce that. Bun Cha Hanoi, right there. That's where my sushi place used to be, but it's gone now. There's a soup place, a crab soup place, right here, and you know, you get a nice bowl of soup for for a little over $1 per. And so I'm just walking around the block where my neighborhood's at. You got ATMs all over. You got coffee shops. This is a great coffee shop right here. You know, oh, they've closed this road off the cars. That's interesting. So that's new. Look at that. I can smell the bread, but I can't do it. Now up here on the right, little Stroll was my favorite painting shop, and I'm sure they're still there. The boys are out there painting, and I used to take videos of these guys all the time. There's sushi places, a lot of Japanese places around here. I'm not quite over where Little Tokyo's at, but I'm close. I'm like 5 blocks from Little Tokyo. You got a lunch buffet for 339,000 dong. So what is that? I don't know, what is that? 15 bucks, something like that. There's the chef, good looking fella. At either rate, I gotta stay away from that. Here's a soup place, and they're all over the place. They got great fur, but I gotta stay away from the noodles and the rice and all that. So yeah, it looks like school just got out, so the kids got out. Here's my art shop right up here. I haven't been here in probably a year. I walk by here occasionally, but I haven't paid as close of attention. So the boys are in here, and there they are, the same way I left them. Painting, they do great work, and I mean, look at this. This is just fantastic artistry, and I love it immensely. I've sat here for many a 10-15 minutes watching these guys paint to their heart's content, and they're really good. And you know what? I have zero artistic talent myself, but I sure have an appreciation for the work that they do, and it's pretty cool. He's pretty good. There's some of the stuff that they do right up there, all kinds of portraits and whatnot. So I don't want to disturb him, but yeah, that's kind of cool. And this is how it goes down when you're tired. You just pull out your hammock, and there you have it. She's a street sweeper taking her break, and they work hard for a living, believe me. So yeah, it's kind of neat just to kind of walk around and take in the hood. A lot of rep offices around here. You know, Vietnamese businesses. This is like I say, it's rush hour, so everybody's getting ready to either go out and eat or drink or get home. And these boys, these kids can drink. So there's a big beer garden right over here. I've never gone in there. My beer garden days are way behind me. Now this is new. I haven't, like I say, I haven't been by here in a while. I've been busy traveling, work, and just duties. So I don't really go out much at night. And I just, since my sushi place went away and I've been cutting back on the bread, I don't get down this block very often. But that's new. And you know, the gangs, that's been there for a couple years. I've never been in there, but it's a beer garden that it's very popular. This is a school, and you know, little kids are always out frolicking during school hours. School here, by the way, is very expensive. It's like $400 or $500 US a month to send your child to a basic school, and I'm sure this one's probably more than basic. So school, as far as tuition goes, is really expensive in Vietnam, for what that's worth. And so I make sure we take care of our employees very well, so they can afford to, you know, send their kids to private schools or whatnot. It's one of the joys of being in my role, is that you know, you really do get to affect people's lives, you know, one little inch at a time, and I get a lot of joy out of that, especially at 63. There's not much more, you know, things that I have in my life that, you know, I got everything that I need. I have everything that I want, other than being with my lovely wife, and enjoying time with her, which is most important in my life, that and God. You know, I don't need material possessions. So it's fun to actually contribute to, you know, my staff and their well-being. One of the biggest thrills I've had is I've had the privilege to, you know, name 2 or 3 of my staff's kids. It's common in Asia that when kids go to school, they get an American name or an English name assigned to them. And I've named I think 3 total, and that'll be their names for the rest of their lives. And so my staff have come to me and, you know, and said, hey, I need to name my child an English name. Can you help me? So it's been, you know, a real gift from God to be able to do that. I want to turn my attention to this door. This is really a cool door. I don't know if this is made of Burmese teak or what, but man, it's just really, really cool. I love this door, and I always have, and if I had a place like that, I had the opportunity to have a door like that. That's pretty neat. So you see stuff like that when you Gilgamesh it about. And they also see things like this, which is a broken sidewalk, and if you're not watching where you're going, you could trip and fall and crack your shoulder and a couple of bones, which is what I did. So coming up to the corner here, and you know, ATMs everywhere. What is it, 22,000, 22 and change, 22,000 and change dong to the dollar. It's the Vietnamese dong, and so you know, it is what it is. You carry a bunch of dong around, in your pocket. We'll leave that one alone. But yeah, it's you know what? It's a pleasant place. I mean, people are hardworking. There is no safety net. There is no, you know, there's no welfare per se, or, you know, social security program. So people have to really, you know, try and do their best to make do. And so, again, it's this is a GS25. It's like a 7-Eleven. So yeah, so people are really hardworking, dedicated. They don't have a choice, and so they get out and they bust it. And it's I just have an appreciation for that. Everybody's doing something, even you know, elderly people, you know, and so it gives you a different perspective in life, living out here. This is a clinic right here that I've gone to before. It's Vinmec International Clinic, and they've got, you know, MRIs, they've got X-rays. You know, I got sick a couple of times, minor stuff, needed some antibiotics, and didn't feel like self-medicating. I wanted to make sure that I got the right stuff. So I strolled over here, and lo and behold, they helped me. So my building's right over here, so I went right around the block. There's 8 Lafayette right through the trees there, and that's where I live. And there's a Highlands Coffee. And they've always got a lot of racket going on here. They have a lot of birthday parties here. and they celebrate them late at night. And so my bedroom is right up there, and if I open, there's my bedroom right there, and above that is my pool. So there's my bedroom, and above that is my pool, right on the roof. So the point of it is at about 8, 9 o'clock, this place is usually rocking with either a birthday party or a over-caffeinated group of folk and whatnot. So that's all right. It's good, pretty good coffee. I prefer Trung Nguyen over Highlands, but it's not bad. It's okay. I've actually tried to cut back on some of the caffeine because I just get too wired, and then it starts getting springy on me, and then I can't sleep at night, and I can't sleep anyway, so it makes it even worse. So you got all these little bars. This is right behind my building. Coffee shop. Here's another coffee shop. Hey, boys. So, guards everywhere. There's an al fresco coming up on the right. I've been in there. I'm not a big al fresco guy. It just isn't my thing. There used to be a really good noodle shop. And I don't know if she made it through COVID or not, but if she did, man, it was really good. And I had these folks trained, man. When I come over here, I just get the pho, the soup without the noodles and meat. And man, it was really good. I don't know if they're still open. I think they might be closed. Yeah, they're closed. There's al fresco Italian. That's garbage. I wouldn't eat that. Not at all. There it was right here. So I don't know if they're just closed now, just because it's late in the afternoon, or if they're closed permanently. I don't know. But boy, they used to serve really good soup. And this is what your guards typically are doing: sitting down, playing on the internet, making sure the building doesn't go anywhere. But I like my guards. You know what? They take good care of me. And here you go. Here's another soup little place right here, and they got pho, and that's good stuff, man. If you like chicken noodle soup, you know what? You could do a lot worse with the lemongrass and all that. It's good stuff. Here's another Gouda Cafe. This is new. This used to not be here. Just what we need is another coffee shop, but they're everywhere. And the U.S. consulate or embassy is just right down there to the left-hand side. Is that a consulate or embassy? I think it might be an embassy. Consulate's just a smaller version of an embassy, like a sister outfit. So you know what? For the most part, it's accessible. So if you need to get over there, it's not a big deal. There's a Phuc Long. I've done a video on that. That's pretty funny. I ask foreigners, hey, how do you pronounce that? And they'll look at me, and I'll look at them. I'll say, hey, give it a whirl. But it's pronounced Phuc Long, not what maybe some of you think it is. And so, coming around the corner to the home stretch, going on to Phu Quoc Quang, my road. Another guard doing his thing. And, you got noodle shops. There's a City Mart right over there. There's small little grocery shop. They've opened up a new grocery at the end of this road, and it's actually pretty good. It's labeled as organic. Pretty good stuff. I haven't gone there because for me, eating by myself, making a big meal and then eating by myself at home or at the apartment, just to me it's close to depressing. So I don't do it. I just go out. And again, I try not to eat a whole lot late at night because I just am trying to mind my way a little bit. Maybe some blueberries, a little yogurt, but for the most part, I'm trying to cut back. And I'm doing a pretty good job. I cut back on soda, not as much of beverages, and just trying to really moderate a little bit, get a little walk in. I'm not going to run on this thing at all. You break your neck, or at least I would break my neck. So that's not going to happen. And plus, I'm 63. My running days are over. I might swim. That I do enjoy quite a bit. And I got a pool upstairs, but it's really not a lap pool. So yeah, there's a lady over there selling her wares fruit. I don't know what she's got, but it's on a bicycle. You see that all over the place. So there's the French consulate right here, and I'm just right here on Fung Kok Kwang, and I hang a right and go down about, I'll call it maybe 100 yards, and I'm on the right hand side is 8 Lafayette. So here we are, Fung Kok Kwang, and I've gone around the block to give you a little bit of a sneaky peek of what the hood looks like. And as you can see, it's rush hour, and that intersection up there is you know, no man's land. Sometimes I just want to close my eyes because I'm certain I'm about to ready to see an accident, and it just never occurs. So these guys know what they're doing. So yeah, there you have it. You know what? Ho Chi Minh, March 1st, 2023. You know what? It's a real honor and privilege to have been you know, an expat and living this kind of life for a while. It certainly is a compromise. It's not Scottsdale by any stretch. From Vietnam to Thailand to China to Taiwan to Hong Kong. Sounds a lot more exciting than it is, because at the end of the day, you know, you're sleeping on strange beds. You're you know, living your life. Sometimes, you know, you wake up in the morning, you eat, you go to the factory, you come home, you eat, or to the apartment or hotel, you eat, and the apartment and hotels become your home, and you're homeless because it's the life you live. Even though you may have a great pad back in Scottsdale, which I do, you just, you know, the highs sometimes are never as high as the lows are low when you get older, and you realize, you know what, you're on a treadmill, and the treadmill starts to win. So, you know, but appreciate what you have. That's one thing that Asia has taught me, is just, you know what, I just appreciate what I have, because there's so many people that don't have anything at all, or have very little, and you know what, they're happy as can be. And then there's people that have a lot of money, and they don't have, you know, they don't have any happiness at all. They're miserable. And so it's interesting how that works out. When you're old, when you're young, you sacrifice health for wealth. When you get older, you reverse it. In my opinion, you're sacrificing, you know, wealth for health. You know, and you know, you get to a stage in life, you say, well, you know, can I afford to retire? And you say, well, it depends upon, you know, it really, it's not the cost of living, it's your standard of living that impacts your cost of living. So it's all relative. If you're happy with what you have, and that happens to be a minimalist lifestyle, well, then you're probably going to do real well in retirement. Just put some money away, sock it away while you can, be it in land or stocks or whatever, because you've got the choice as an American or European. You got the choice. A lot of these folks here don't have that choice. So they're just trying to do the best they can with what they have. And when you hang around these people long enough, you know, in the culture and the lifestyle, and there's my guard, and I love him dearly. He takes care of me. They all do. You know, you just learn to appreciate. You just learn to appreciate the simple things in life. So it's Wednesday, March 1st, 2023. You know, as usual, I'm missing my wife, Michelle, who I love dearly. And, you know, life of an expat. Just got home from the factory, and taking a little sneaky peek of what's going on, you know, out here in the hood with all the traffic and all the commotion and all of the dodging left and right. Make sure you don't get killed on one of these things. And right smack dab in front of my apartment building, and I'm way up on the top floor, 1101 at 8 Lafayette on Fung Kok Kwang in Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam. And like I said, it's Wednesday, March 1st, and Stevie went for a little stroll, and now I'm going to get back inside where I belong, because I'm 63 and nothing good happens. It used to be after midnight. Then you get a little older and it's like 10 o'clock. Then you get a little older after that and it's like 9 o'clock. And you get to a certain age that it's like 7 and 6 o'clock. And you're just damn glad, you know, you're damn glad to make it through another day. So there you have it. Hey world, I wish everybody peace and health and happiness. And you know what? It's Lent. So hope everybody gets ready for a really wonderful Easter. Boy, I'm sure praying that I do, and I'm looking forward to hopefully going back to the States and seeing my wife and just praising God for a great life that I've had, and just being thankful. You know what I mean? So signing off from Ho Chi Minh. World, be safe. Bye bye.